Mm. I am starting a live video. Hey everybody. Hey everybody. Come on in, come on in, come on in. Just a snapshot, just a snapshot. Today will truly be a gym breaker today. Y'all come on in. Hey Arnold. How did you feel just not working on yesterday? Did you feel a little hard? Y'all come on in, come on in, come on in. I just got a little nugget to drop. We won't be long today. Y'all come on in, come on in, come on in. This is another podcast of Don't Tell Me You Can't Do It. We're a little early today. Blessings, 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 and hello to everybody. Hello to everybody. I'm coming on just a little bit. I won't be long today because I have an engagement at 5 o'clock. So I sort of, not to be robbery, to kind of push the time up a little bit. I hope that y'all don't mind. Hey, Miss Maggie. Just coming in and just give y'all a nugget that been pressing on me, I miss you guys last week. Oh God, I miss you guys. Do y'all know that I'm so dedicated to this podcast? Is when I don't get on here on Sundays, I be feeling like crap. And it was for good cause. I was in Orlando. Hey Tanya, I was in Orlando and I was funeralizing my brother-in-law. So I didn't get back till late. So that's how come I miss you guys last week. And I am so sorry for that. But as well as I serve the public and the community, I have to serve my own family as well. And I am a beacon to the light in my family of serving them during their time of bereavement. So for all those that's in bereavement this week, my prayers and blessings go out. I know how I feel because it happens in my family as well. Thank y'all last week for all y'all prayers and well wishes. I thank y'all so very much. But I just wanted to get on here a little bit just to talk about stress. Stress. And I wanted to talk about that topic because that's a killer. And the reason why I want to discuss it, but my topic today is stress. How have stress affected your life? How have stress affected your life? And I'm going to start with myself. I think stress is a deal breaker for everybody. And if stress is not, basically stress is something that consumes you. It makes you feel like you don't have the answer, or there is no answer, or you may be thinking bad thoughts, or it comes to a point that you're so stressed that some people they drink, they smoke. Some people gain on a lot of weight. Some people like me, when I'm stressed, I'm a shopaholic. So many people do so many things to relieve stress. And the great stress relief is prayer. That's what it basically is we got to pray more and believe God more. Hey, Shannon, thank you for looking out earlier. Thank you. I appreciate you. So many times that stress bottle us down. And when it bottled us down, it could be in our health, it could be in our finances, it could be with our husband or wife, our children, it could be with the job, it could be, hey, Larice, how you doing, baby? It could be with so many things that stress bottle us down. And I want to briefly talk about how, and y'all join in with your questions and your answers. How have you let stress slow you down or affected your life? And the reason why I say we all on this podcast, whether you're on my podcast or you not, stress has affected you in some way. And how stress has affected us, because some of us forget that God is greater than our stress level. Some of us, when we're stressing, our go-to first thing should be to pray and talk to God and kind of like try to uplift us, but no, our first response is that we're trying to carry it. And because we're trying to carry whatever we're dealing with, hi, Mindy, darling. Hey, sweetie, with your beautiful self. A lot of us, we try to carry it because we feel like we can work it out. And in trying to work out whatever we're dealing with, we seems to not be able to conquer it. So a lot of us deal with stress in relationships, like I said, with our children, with our spouses, on the job. If things ain't going the way we think they ought to go, and if God ain't answer your prayer the way you think God ought to answer your prayer, we let stress be a big factor. Stress even has a fact that leads to depression, like Tanya say, and causes you to retreat and shut down from the world. Absolutely right. At one point in my life, before I got to the level of just turning it over to God, I kind of like shut down and didn't want to deal with people when I was dealing with stress. And all of us in some capacity of our life have dealt with stress. If we say we didn't, we lie. Because you could be stressed about a doctor's report. A doctor could say this and you say, oh, I ain't stressed about that. I ain't stressed about that. I ain't dealing with it. Yes, you are stressed about it, because if it's keeping you up at night, or if that's all your mind is consumed with, or if you like trying to figure it out and you say you prayed about it, but you keep taking it back from God, you're stressed about it. And I just want to get on here briefly, like I said, and drop a nugget, is that's why a lot of us, 99%, including myself, have high blood pressure. Because stress is a silent killer. Because what it does is it causes us health issues. And when we get a health issue, it could take away from a healthy, full life. And what I want to say today, that we have to find out who is the stress solver, the stress reliever. We need to find out. One thing, as I was doing this dialogue early today before I got on live, what does it profit you to stress? I need y'all to give me some feedback, because I need to give y'all some answers to this. What does it profit you to stress? Can you solve it? And by you stressing, what does it do for your situation? Does it take care of your situation? Do it solve your situation? What does you stressing about changes your situation? What do you stress about that's getting you down, pushing you down, and what is it doing for you? What is it doing for you? Absolutely nothing. And a lot of times we stress, and a lot of times some of us, I'm gonna give a little group, some of us really don't know we're stressing. And how you know you're stressing is because you're trying to work something out that you don't have the answer to. And that's what stress come in at. You don't have the answer to what you're stressing about. Nothing. It's nothing. And what I've learned as being an adult and walking the biblical Christian walk, that we have to give it to God. And when I say give it to God, don't pick it up. And how we pick it up is we go down on our knees and we pray. And we sincerely mean our prayer. We sincerely mean our prayer. But then after we get up, we still trying to work it out, trying to think about it, talking about it, trying to work it out on a level that we think we're going to get an answer. And we not going to get an answer. What basically, if y'all like me, you stay up all night worrying about it, how you could fix it, if you could change it, if woulda, coulda been, should I've done it like this, or maybe if they done it like this, we stress about it. And I use it, hey, Sister Trisha, I always get your name wrong, Trisane. How you doing, baby? I use it like that because when my sister passed, I stressed a lot. And I stressed a lot because I kept saying, if I would have done this, she might not be dead. If I had done this, she wouldn't have been. And as I sat with my family, y'all, you know what, we should have just took her that day. That day when she came to me and told me she wasn't feeling good, I should have did this. And absolutely, it stressed me to the point of depression. And I was silently dying from depression from her death. And I would absolutely function every day like a normal individual. Hey, Hepburn, baby. I would absolutely function every day and go to work and walk around, but my heart was bleeding. I was stressing myself to the grave. Why? Because I kept saying woulda, coulda, shoulda, if I woulda did this, and if I woulda did that. You're absolutely right about the stress can cause you more stress because we try to handle it ourselves. Pray, pray, pray. Absolutely right. But I'm not only praying, giving it to God and realizing that we can't do anything about it. You either wait for God to do it or wait for him to fix it. Pick your choice. I like that, Shannon. You either one or the other. You got to do one or the other. But I say that wholeheartedly because I stress myself to almost going to an early grave. I was having so many bad things that I was grieving, and I was grieving myself to stress. But you should have, could have won. But you should have, could have, still won't change the outcome of what God has already decided. Absolutely right. But you know what, Deandra? I felt like if I could have did this, it could have changed the outcome. And because I didn't do what I thought I could have done, it stressed at me that I didn't do it. Let me go back to tell you. So we take this stress, and what it did was it was carrying me to an early grave. And I'm still like dealing with it, but my look of it is different. So now I had to pray and ask God to take it off of me, because stress can weigh you down like that, especially when you lose somebody you love. It's very difficult to tell people how to handle things and don't stress when they lose somebody they love. That's a very complicated situation. And I'm in the death care industry, and I know that's a very complicated, touchy-feely type of thing. Because people say, girl, child, you know God will fix it. Weeping and do it for a night, but joy coming. You know how people bring you the scriptures and all that. Stress can kill, speaking from experience, in hospital for 7 days, but God, you're absolutely right. You absolutely right, Nanette. You absolutely right. And stress will do that because what it does, we take on the problems that we can't solve. We take on problems and we situate. I'm a self-employed individual. All my employees, I put them here on my shoulder. The families that I serve, I put them here. And sometimes that could become a stress factor because I got an old saying, a lot of times we'll derail because we're carrying everybody else's stuff. And maybe God ain't meant for us to carry that. That's why our train is always derailed, because we got to give it to God and leave it. And how we do that is that, you know, the devil is real. People know that when you're trying to think right or trying to do right, y'all know evil is always present. So what I do, and I teach people from experience, that when you start stressing about something you can't change, you got to change your mindset. And so now that I got to change my mindset, I got to stop worrying about, I should have done this. I should have been over there that morning. I should have took her to the hospital. When she started complaining, maybe she would have been here. And you know what? I could have did all that and she still might have not been here. But I'm stressing over what I could have done or what I should have done. And maybe if what I could have done and should have done, it might have made a difference. So we often stress about that, not only with death, we often stress about that with our children. Maybe if I had been this kind of parent, because I say that with my kids. When my kids was coming up, I was hustling. So I wasn't home in the house coloring, doing clothes and doing all that. I was out there trying to make a better life for my kids. So now that they're grown and married, sometimes I wish that I could have went back and been more active in their lives. But then it was one or the other. Either you was going to sacrifice the hustle, make life better, or you was going to sit back and probably color paper and sit up there and play games and all of that. And oftentimes my kids say to me today, oh, mama, you know, you really was there for us and all of that, but you really wasn't in the house the way you did. And sometimes it make me feel bad. But what I did was I can't stress about what I can't change. It's rare that most people reach, you went too fast, peace in the mind of chaos. Stress will affect your entire life if you allow stress to take over. So what I did was I took what my children said to me And now I try to make it better in my grandchildren. Am I perfect in that area? No, but I don't stress about it. What I do, I pray this prayer to myself: God, grant me the serenity to accept what I can change. What I can't change, God, you got it. I can't do nothing about it. Because I notice that we as a people, when we stress, it takes over our life. Some of us, our attitude be bad. When we stressed about something, like ain't working out, we get mad. Our attitude is bad. We talk different. We be nasty to people for no apparent reason. And we really don't want to be bothered with people when we basically is digging a hole for depression. You digging a hole for depression. And what we do, we second guess ourselves. And what I want to say to y'all today, I battled with that a lot because I stress a lot. And the reason I can tell you is because I've heard of those things. And what I want to say is, ain't no sense of you stressing about nothing you can't change. You sincerely have to give it to God. And when it reappears in thought, you got to say, God, you got that. Ain't nothing I can. What I'm going to do? I'm going to kill myself when I can't do nothing about it. Because I'm going to kill myself if I keep letting it stress me. So I might as well just let it go. Let it be what it be. And let it have what it have. Because at the end of the day, God's will be done. And we praying, we asking God to, prayer is not about prayer, it's about relationship. And you're right, your relationship with God. But a lot of us have to form that Shannon, that relationship. And stress can either make you a better person or it could change you. I like something I heard a poet say it, I was reading the other day, and he say failure is not bad. Not some people that made failure, people think it's a bad thing. No, what comes out of failure is lesson and you learn something. You got a lesson from it and pray you learned something from it. It's not a bad thing. If you didn't learn nothing from it, you got to go back to school and you're going to keep on repeating it till you learn from it. I always tell my daughter that all the time. That's what I say about mistakes. When we make mistakes, you're going to keep making that same mistake till you either change the situation or change your choice. That's what it's going to do. And that's just like stress. If we don't change the way we are handling stress, we going to keep on stressing, and then we going to get old. We going to die with high blood pressure. Some of us going to cure sugar diabetes. Some of us going to have brain problems. We going to have so much because what we speak in our mouth have a lot to do with our thinking. So when we stressed about these things, we got to truly give it to God and say, you know what I can do, I'm going to do it. God has given me the strength to do it. God has already given me the strength to do it. But I can't keep worrying about it or try to change yesterday. I've been in this bad relationship. Okay, it was a bad relationship. I accepted some things I didn't want to accept. Okay, guess what? I can't do nothing about that. Only thing I can do about my past is learn from it and not repeat it. So two things. I learned from it, not repeat. So those that's been in bad relationship, you learn from the bad relationship, you pick up your stuff and you go on. I ain't gonna stay there though. I'm not staying there. I learned from it, I'm not staying there. Okay, us that's doing things right now that we need to work on, we work on them. Set goals, set principles for yourself and say, you know what? If people, a lot of times people say it's not good to look at your past. It is. And I tell people I look at my past because whenever I think God can't fix it, I look back. Because God always reminds me, if I fixed it back then, I could fix it right now. So how I learn if I can't fix it, maybe there's a reason why God put it that way. So I don't fix it and I could trust him to fix it. Don't me try to fix it. Let God fix it. Because if God fix it, you ain't got to worry about nothing coming back. And then your nights could be sleep. But a lot of times we sit up there and we try to help God out. God is telling us in the silent word, be still. I'll fight your battle. A lot of people talk that, but they don't really live it. A lot of people talk faith, but they don't really live it. And that's why I say stress and faith come hand in hand. That's what I say to people. Faith and stress come hand in hand. And the reason why I say stress and faith come hand in hand, because if you got faith in God and believe that God got you and going to get you out of what you in, you ain't going to stress about it. You stressing about it because you don't believe the power of God. That's the bottom line. You, me, everybody. You do not believe in the power of God if you're stressing about a situation you cannot control. Absolutely not. Because if you know that you got a God and you know that God does anything but fail, you know that God is a good God. He done brought you out of some stuff before that you done got yourself into, that God done got you out of, and God know how rugged your home is. He know what you're dealing with before you even know what you're going to deal with. So is you going to trust God that you ain't going to stress? 99% of us stressing is because we don't really trust God. That's the bottom line. We trust him, but do we really trust him? We trust him, but do we really trust him? And we trust him when things work out. But when things ain't working out, do we still trust God? That's how you know that you're giving your stress to God. That's how you know you're giving him your problem. No matter what, you're giving God your problem. You're giving him your... First of all, I can't do nothing about it. Me stressing about it, am I going to fix it? And then we say, oh, I'm going to give it to God. But you're still stressing about it. You're still staying up all night. I take my blood pressure up. Oh, why my blood pressure? Oh, I got a lot on my mind. Oh, okay. Did you give it to God? Yeah, I can't. No. Did you really trust God? Trusting God ultimately is believing without a doubt, no matter what you see or no matter what you hear in your ear gate, I believe God. I don't care what nobody say. If God says it's going to be all right, it's going to be all right. Oh, God said it's going to be all right, but the next day, you believe it now. Everything going to be all right. God got this. God got this. It's going to. Then the next day, you don't get the report that you need. So then you stop thinking God going to fix it. You stop thinking God going to fix it. Your faith level done went down. That's why I say, you, me, and everybody. I'm not there yet. I'm still a work in progress like you. But one thing I learned, that what I can't fix, I ain't going to let it destroy me. And that's stress. What I can't fix, I won't let destroy me. Because stress will destroy your inner being. A lot of people, they're wealthy. They got a lot to live for. You ask yourself, why they committed suicide? Why they depressed? Y'all think money make people happy. Y'all think fine house make people happy. Those are the people that got the most stress. Okay? The more you are given in life, the more stress you're going to have. Y'all know the word of God say much is given, but much is required. Trust me. So the more God take you up there, you be like, God, why these people so depressed? They got all this. It ain't about the money. It ain't about your address. It ain't about what you got on. It's what people got inside that matters. People dealing with some demons and some issues that they can't even talk to nobody about, and they stressing about it. And nowadays, it's not really, it's so hard to talk to people, because when you talk to people, it goes like it's like everything is Facebook, Twitter, Instagram Live, everybody recording you, and everybody could take your words and interchange them. Or it's just like the word of God. When people read the word, they got 5 different definitions of what God said in that word. It ain't number one word God said. Believe. God say faith the size of a mustard seed. That's all you need. And people will take that verse and say, oh, God said this and God said that and God said this. And all you got to do is live it. Because once your faith is there to the point that you trust God, people see it. You will see it, because you will stop stressing or worrying. Because all stress is worrying about something. All stress is worrying about something you can't do nothing about. Stress is worrying about something you cannot do nothing about. But you think you can fix it, because that little thing in the back of your head telling you can fix it. You can fix it. And guess what? You can't fix it. Because if you was fixing it, you won't be stressing about it. And a lot of us, we hold that. So I say to y'all today, we got to boost up our faith game. I put it to y'all like that. Because when your faith game is up on tip top, then your stress level will be down low. I ain't going to say everybody going to be stress-free, because I ain't stress-free. All of us got something we battling with. But I tell you one thing, the greater your faith, the less your stress is. I can guarantee you that. The greater your faith is, the less your stress is. Because you're going to believe in what's bigger than your stress. And God is bigger. If I can't fix it, I know somebody can. I know somebody can. And me stressing about it, my prayer is, Lord, don't let me stress over nothing I ain't got no control of. I can't control your mind. I could be talking to my husband and we have difference of opinion. I can't control your mind to think like mine. I say, Lord, you take care of that. My children, they act up, Lord, you gave them to me. You told me to live a modern life so they could see it amongst me that I could bring them to Christ. Lord, Lord, you take care of it. And a lot of y'all financially, that's how y'all live. That's why your stress level like that. Because a lot of y'all, your money looking funny and then your stress level go up. That's 90% of America. Their money looking funny and their stress level go up. But guess what? Ask why your money looking funny. Did you pay your bills or did you pay your tent that God told you to pay? And time's not only in money, time, talent, and resources. Y'all that say you ain't got no money, give your talent. Like me, I'm here every Sunday at 4 o'clock, y'all giving y'all my talent, giving y'all resources. What you doing? A lot of y'all got financial stress is because you put yourself in it. You got something you couldn't pay for. Like you say, you're living above your means. You got champagne taste, but you got beer money. So you stressed out because you ain't did right with your money. And because you ain't did right with your money, you're stressed out. You got into it, but you want God to get you up out of it. And yes, he will. He's done it for me. He'll do it for you. But a lot of ours is because what we put ourselves in. Just like our bodies is the temple. Take care of your body. Like me, I have high blood pressure. Anybody gave me that? Yes, they say it's hereditary, but I can still do better. But I eat the wrong shit. I got to start eating better. Come on now. But then when my pressure go up, oh Lord. And I'm start stressing. I ain't gonna have no stroke, am I? I shouldn't even be thinking like that if I do the right thing from the beginning. You gotta change it. Change your narrative. Change your narrative. And a lot of us are stressed financially because we ain't did right with the money God gave us. First of all, have you been a blessing to somebody? Your hands ain't closed all the time. Let me tell you something. The greatest blessing you could get in return for money is do something for somebody. Mark what I'm saying. Do something for somebody. I had the conversation in my friend home this week. We want to do something so blessed for Thanksgiving. And I've been so stressed lately with the death of my brother-in-law and dealing with so many things. And my oldest sister was sick. And I usually do a turkey drive. And they would say, Lori, don't do nothing. Lori, just don't do nothing. Because my mom, she be trying to make sure my stress level. I said, Mom, I can't sit back and not give. A lot of times our blessings is withheld because we ain't giving or we ain't doing. And it ain't got to be money all the time. Y'all need to take y'all focus off of only thing you can do for people is give people money. You could call people and encourage them, pray for them. You could go get a ride to an old person. You could buy some shoes. You probably got enough money to buy some shoes for somebody or go give them a gift card to go buy some groceries. You could be in the grocery store and the Lord done bless you with some extra and you could walk over there to that person and say, I'll take care of your bill a day. Some things ain't always for you to always receive. And a lot of our stress level is our finances. And we need to get that in order because your finances looking funny because of you. Not God, but you stressing over what you did, but you want God to get you up out of it. There's a cliche thing. But nevertheless, the greatest fixer. You don't have to stress. Start putting things in perspective. Start putting things in perspective. Your stress level will come down when your faith level goes up. And faith is what you don't see. 99% of us live on faith on what we can see. You ain't pleasing God like that. I want God to do so many things in my life, and I be laying down like this at night, and I open my eyes and I don't see none of that in the natural. But you can't tell me I don't see it in the supernatural because I know he gonna do it. I don't know when. I don't know how, but I sure know God gonna do it. So my faith level is high, and sometimes I'm high off of faith. Some of y'all get high for others, so I get high for that faith. So when I get depressed and I put up my blogs, like I'm in the mall shopping, and I love to shop because that's my therapy, I go to God with that. I ain't finna let the defeat of stress pull me down. Because if you give God your problems, give it to him. Not lend it to him and you want it back. I say give it to him. When you give people something, you don't look for nothing in return. Don't lend God your problems. Give God your problems. Don't lend it to him. You got to give it to him. And when you do that, your stress level will come down. And guess what? We all are guilty of stress. I ain't gonna sit on this loud and tell y'all, I probably could write a book on it. I run 2 funeral homes. My struggle of success, my stress was like, and it's so funny, in the midst of me stressing, I still believe God. But what God told me, you got to bring that stress level down, because although you still believe in, you can't partially do it. And that's what we do, like hot and cold. Lord, I'm going to put the hot and cold. God just wanted to be him and him alone. I want you to trust me. The God I live, the God I die. God, I trust you. I can't do nothing about it. Knowing I'm stressing over my sister. She going to be with the Lord. And I'm stressing. But guess what? I can't change that at all. I can't change that at all. So I was just telling my friend yesterday, I can't change what's done. All I could do is make better for the future. So you know what I learned to do? It was at some point in my life I could never talk about my sister. And I still can't. When I hear little things, because I kind of like hold a big responsibility for my family. So God just telling me, ain't nothing you could do about that. You could just carry that legacy. Ain't nothing you could do about that. So I got to give it to God, and I can't question God's giving. I just got to give it to him. Now, do I question God in some things because I want him to show me the way? Yes, I do. But your stress level and my stress level will be better if our faith level is greater than our stress level. A lot of us, our stress level here and our faith is here. It got to turn around. It got to turn around. The greatest faith you can have is in God, but believe him when you don't see stuff. Believe it. Believe him, believe him, believe him. And guess what? Ask yourself, if you don't believe him, what you got to lose? When people say, what you got to lose? You're stressing anyway. So why not give it to him and let him take it over? You can't fix it. Allow the great I am to fix it. So I thank y'all so much for tuning in today. Like I said, I just came in for a little bit. I have an engagement today at 5 o'clock. Is a pastor of mine. He have a musical every year, and I funeralized his mother about a month ago, and I just thought it not to be robbery to step my hand in the door, because I support what supports me. I'm that type of business owner. You support me, I support you. And y'all know Sunday is my Sabbath. If I take y'all on my patio, all of my grandchildren is here. Everybody is on the patio today. They swimming, they barbecue and everything. But I'm going to just kind of risk my way a little bit to try to go put my face to someone that supports me. And that's how we have to do. And today, it was like every excuse, oh, your grandchildren is here and all that. But you know what? I got to be good to people like people good to me. And sometimes that takes me to come away. So I wanted to come on a little earlier to drop my nugget. I want y'all to remember this week. Turn it around. Turn it around. Turn it around. Let your faith be greater than your stress. Because when your stress is greater than your faith, you're going to always be stressing. You're going to be stressing. Some people, when they stress, they go to the bottle, they go to the food, they go to men, they go to women. They just do all kind of stuff. Y'all know what we do to relieve stress. We think it's helping, but it's not. So what we have to do one for another, pray for one another, and remember, faith is the answer to stress. Thank y'all for tuning in for another podcast. So don't tell me you can't do it. I love you guys. I love you guys. I love you guys. Please tag, share, and like. And I say to all of you today, this coming week, we're going to give it to God. Give it to God. And guess what? It ain't going to go away overnight. Because stress is something, don't let nobody tell you when miracles still happen. But I'm talking about us as human beings. It don't happen overnight. But guess what? We could be work in progress every day. I'm not going to stress about that. I'm going to think better, and I'm going to hand it to God. And when it come on my mind, Lord, you got it. Just when I be driving, God, you got it. I rebuke it and I rebuke it. God, you got it. I don't want to hear. I even tell my family that when they call me, what's the solution? Don't come to me with no problem if you ain't got a solution. And guess what? If we ain't got no solution, there you go. Y'all talk to God about it. Do like me. And you can talk to God driving to work, getting off work, doing everything. When you stress about something you can't fix, it will take a toll on your life. And stress will kill you. You got a Savior. Our Savior is Jesus Christ. He died so we could live. So why would we let stress kill us? Y'all remember, prayer. Prayer. Let your faith be stronger than your faith. And it's a daily walk, it's a daily struggle. So y'all be blessed. I love y'all with the love of the Lord. Y'all remember, I love y'all and ain't nothing y'all can do about it. And I tell y'all this, don't tell me you can't do it, because I don't even want to hear it. It ain't nothing you can't do. Y'all be good until next Sunday, 4 o'clock, and the Lord say the same, and he delayed my calling. I'll see y'all next week. Y'all be blessed, and God bless y'all, and thank y'all for tuning in for another podcast of Don't Tell Me You Can't Do It.